What's up YouTube, Car Boss here, where we talk about cars, money, investing. Today's video, I'm kind of address several questions I received from the viewers to talk about Marvel Vibranium seal boxes specifically, and to address the recent sale of a seal box that sold for just under 1700. Now, why this price actually caught a lot of people by surprise, because Marvel Vibranium has been on a quite a upward trend in the last couple of months. I would say about like the last 60 days. And if I just scroll down this a bit, and the one seal box that sold just close to about a month ago for 3500, and therefore you can see that there's a quick sharp 50% decline in just a span of less than 30 days to the levels of 1700. So, and this has kind of like make people speculate on what's going on with Marvel Vibranium. Is the thing overheating? Is it overhyped and stuff like that? So we're just gonna dive a bit on this. But long story short, in my opinion, the prices for seal box for Marvel Vibranium at 3500 at that point in time, I would think that it's really overpriced. And if you look at the contents of the box, right? So I have details here. You get about 20 packs in the box, and you would have the basic parallels that we talked about in multiple times: the moltens, the refines, the radiants, and of course a very rare bar. And you get a combination of these parallels. I believe that you get maybe like 5 to 6 moltens, about 3 to 4 refines, and 1 radiance, and if you're lucky you get a bar. And bar represents the hardest insert, I would say, parallels to get. And as you know, right, there's 90 characters in this checklist, so there's a lot of potential of different characters that you can get across this. Some good, some great, like the Miles Morales, Wolverine, and Deadpool, and some not very good at all. So the EV, or the expected return values on the box, can really fluctuate depending on the parallels that you receive. So having to pay $3,500 a box, that's kind of insane, right? To kind of like gamble that kind of odds. But of course, people buying this box, they plan to keep it sealed, and that's another different investment strategy, whereby they believe that paying $3,500 for a box to see the box potential price going up higher to, let's say, $5,000 or $6,000. But realistically speaking, I don't really foresee that kind of growth for vibraniums, considering that the set composition is just limited to just these parallels, right? Again, people every time associate vibraniums to the next PMGs. They are not PMGs, right? Yes, they're alternate to PMGs in terms of price point, because there are a lot of people who are actually priced out of PMGs. So this is something that people actually look out for, because the cards are great, they look nice, the art is nice, the cards itself actually look great, and they have serial numbering. So there is a draw for Marvel Vibraniums, but they are not collectible like the PMGs, and therefore the box prices is not going to go up to the levels of a 2013 Flair Retro. So when we look back at the price of this, right, 1700, people think that, hey, that's extremely low, but you look at one of the recent thing that I picked up on Twitter, and says that here Renee from Storage Wars picked up 2 cases of Mount Vibranium, so 4200, right? So there's how many boxes is there in the case? There's 12 boxes in the case, so that's 24 boxes. So 4200, that's basically works out to about 1750 a box, which is kind of like the price here, right? So I would say 1700, 1750, 1800, that's perhaps the fair price that you will pay for a box, right? So it depends whether or not you're going to open it up, or whether you're going to for appreciation going forward. So if you talk about the composition of the cards, how are the singles tracking? And the singles actually doing quite alright. You see some of the examples that I show here. The moltens are trending between $50 to $100. Doctor Strange going for $100. You have, I believe, Magneto here 150 for a refine, and the couple more radiants here. And then we have a Thanos here for 355, refined Deadpool 500. I believe this is mine actually. So I had a Instagram post of how I lost money on this when I purchased for $1,000 and I sold it for $500. But that's what it is. So there you can see the box price over here, and a couple other transactions here. So there are some value in the singles, but again, I caution everybody, it's a huge checklist, right? 90 cards checklist in total here. So there's a lot of mix of characters that you can get. The top 3 characters, the Miles Morales Spider-Man, the Wolverine, the Deadpool, top 3, followed by maybe another 10 to 12 decent characters, the Doctor Strange, the Black Panther, Iron Man, the Hulk, right? A few others, but you get a lot of other randoms as well. White Tiger, you see Speedball, Short Paladin. So a lot of just a lot of mixed bag, right? For Marvel Vibranium, it's kind of big roll of a dice. So, but for entry price at 1700, yeah, I would think that it's fair and reasonable to come in, because I can see the value, maybe shifting 20-30%, maybe 40%. I would think at some point, to go up to about, let's say, about like 2500, depending on the demand for some of the top parallels in there. I believe a mouse more or less refined sold for $3,000. Again, that card is $99. It's not an easy hit as well, but that's the pool for having, those are the cards that actually hold up the price of the boxes. But are they $1,800 box, or are they a $3,500 box? I truly think that this is the absolute fair price for a box. Eventually down the line, I do see people paying up to $2,000 for a box. I still think that there is still room to grow if you're planning to invest close to $2,000 for a box. But the levels of $1,750 to $1,800, I think that's the fair price to pay as at today. Do I see the box prices going down further to, let's say, $1,500? Maybe, right? But Vibraniums, I think that they're still hot commodities. The singles are still selling well, so even if the price goes down, it's still a lot of value proposition to keep the singles. So, as in to break the box and to sell the singles loose. Okay, hope that answers the questions. Do hit me up if you have any other further questions, and I do have some cool Marvel content that's coming up. It's just in post-production at the moment, so do like and subscribe to follow this channel. Till next one, thanks guys for watching. Carboss out.